Nah, I'm just playing. Let's roll the new intro. Hi, good morning everyone. Well, morning for me. It might not be morning for when you see this. I'm currently making some rice and I'm heating up some chicken. Literally made the smallest amount of rice possible. Literally, all I take is a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt, and now I close the lid and I start it. So while that's cooking, let's go. I am currently working on some stuff for school, but oh my god, I know lighting is atrocious in here. Hopefully that's a bit better. Are we good? Is this better? I feel like it's a little bit better. I'm still very dark, but I can't really do anything about it because this room is really bad. But I wanted to come on here and basically re-record the video that I took to get back into the swing of things and like explain why I've been gone for so long and stuff like that. So currently it's like 10 a.m. and technically I'm supposed to be in class right now, but there's a situation with my car and I ended up not going to school today. It ends up working out because I have a lot of stuff to catch up on school-wise in the term of clubs. I have to finish a bunch of flyers and then beg my professor to let me submit an assignment late because I was supposed to submit it yesterday. We technically had 3 days and I completely forgot to send it. So hopefully she'll accept that. From then on, I do have a class that ended up being like technically canceled in person, but I will be online for. We'll be good. I have a club fair tomorrow for one of my clubs, so we will be doing that. I have to, yeah, so that's where the flyers come in and those have to be finished and I need to print them out. Tomorrow I'm going in at probably I know that I've been gone for a long time. Honestly, it's been kind of rough. When I first started out YouTubing and being a YouTuber and stuff, I was able to edit on a PC. I had been planning on being a YouTuber for a while. I started off with a lot of other things that ended up not working out and or I didn't have the time. And I'm not saying that I have time now. Of course, you can create at any speed or you can make videos whenever you want, right? But the process of doing everything does like take a lot of time. When you're first starting out, main thing that you're developing is skills. And I have experience because I have led social medias for other businesses and I have done a lot of like leadership work in terms of like being on social media video content. But with all that being said, the setup really did help me. However, that setup ended up having a really big problem that ended up being multiple months of just trial and error, different repair shops, and I also had been working with warranty and all of that stuff. Ultimately, that PC ended up being returned to warranty because it had been so long and the issue never got fixed. And then after that, I was just unable to buy a new one. At the end of the day, the repairs ended up costing more than what I got back from warranty. So I ended up in the negatives. After all that is said and done, now this is like early 2024. And I was like planning on making videos, trying to edit on my phone, which was very much not feasible, which might be feasible to a lot of other people. And like 100% you can learn, but it wasn't feasible for me. I had a lot of footage and I had many videos recorded at that point already, but I was just waiting for my PC to get fixed. And then when it never got fixed, I was kind of in a situation where it was like, I don't know what to do from here. Again, tried out the phone thing, definitely not working. None of the editing apps would be able to handle the hours of footage that I had, nor can my storage on my phone. So then I realized, okay, we gotta find different methods. And then that's when I ended up getting this beautiful camera called I have the Sony right? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I'll put like a thing up here. Yeah, so I ended up getting this camera, which was one of my 2024 goals. So I did end up doing that. The only thing that was difficult for me to figure out was the fact that I had to now figure out how to edit my videos through my laptop. Now, just to make matters worse, my laptop ends up malfunctioning as well. It has an issue with the keyboard not working at all. The mouse pad does not work, will not work. I can charge that. It'll work for 3 seconds before it literally stops working again. And it's touchscreen, I can still use that. But here's the thing, I couldn't even use it as a monitor either because the input buttons did not work. They broke, don't know how, don't know why. Basically the whole bottom half of my laptop stopped working. Okay, and I haven't had money to fix it because repairs cost money. I got quoted around $400 to $600 to get that repaired, and I was like, I can't afford that. Obviously, it still hasn't been fixed. Now, I downgraded, technically, to a smaller laptop that used to be my mother's, and she was not using it, so I ended up taking over that laptop. And the laptop has a very low processing power. It's not extremely low, like it's still manageable. Like I'd prefer an i7 and up, and this one is like an i5, maybe 256 gigs. I'm not really sure. I haven't checked that in a while, but I had to figure out different things to do my work, to edit videos. And then I went down this whole trying to edit the videos, hating the quality, hating how it looked. And so I ended up throwing out all those videos. They might pop up like every once in a while, but honestly, I think they will be in the delete pile. I am now here making rice and chicken in my new apartment that you guys don't even know about. I still live with my parents, but this is just like the side house, if you will. What else? So I ended up buying a SSD that is now remotely holding all of my videos, and I'm looking for a new editing platform. And technically it's February 2nd and I should have already uploaded my first video, but as you guys will see, this is my re-recording of that New Year update where we're at right now. I'm probably still going to use some of the footage that I made in the previous one. What else did I have to say? Not sure. I really want this rice to be done so I can eat. You know what? Let me go check actually what the talking points I'm supposed to be covering are. I'm watching my peoples. Okay, hold up. Okay, I apologize for this lighting, but it will be bad, okay? The lighting will be bad. Also, I made myself a little decaf coffee moment. This is Chobani white chocolate creamer plus caramel drizzle that I made. Like, you know how macchiatos on top is that I did it to the cup, and then milk, and then Stoke's decaf coffee, I think it's called. Give me a second. It's actually Stoke cold brew decaf coffee, and a little bit of whipped cream, if you will. And I can only have decaf coffee once a week because I have a heart condition that is affected by my caffeine intake, but it's not the only thing that can trigger it, but it's one of the factors that I can control. So I've decreased the amount of caffeine that I intake. This includes your Pepsi, your cola sodas, okay? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, anything that is brown and it is soda is usually has caffeine in it. So if you are trying to limit your caffeine intake, you have to be aware of that. And if you guys also don't know, Starbucks refreshers, they have caffeine. They're supposed to refresh you with energy. And then also teas have caffeine. Also, decaf does not mean there is no caffeination in the drink. It just means it's a very low amount. It's not going to kill you. So for those who don't know, just because it says decaf does not mean it does not have any caffeination. I had to learn all of this the hard way, okay? For those who don't know, quick PSA. Obviously, if there is anything that you guys find that actually fully debunks what I just said, you and my heart doctor can have a chat. And then, I'm kidding. If there is something that I do say wrong, I still would like to know. So do write it down below. But all of which I'm saying is all of the things that I have learned by having a heart condition. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I'm supposed to be looking at my talking points. I will say I do miss vlogging and like having like this little setup. Okay, yes, it's not here. And I don't have my iPad. Oh, did I send it? Actually, yes. Okay. I did send it. Okay. So, yes, let's go over my 2024 goals. Obviously, I will not be covering every single one of my goals because some of these goals are very personal and I prefer not to say that on the internet. Okay. So for 2024, my goals were 1, YouTube has its own category. So for YouTube, my subscriber count, I wanted to reach between 666 subscribers to 10K. Yes, I understand the implications behind 666. It's just my favorite number. 6 in general is my favorite number. So in my eyes, 666 is just triple of good things. And then for my content, I wanted to move more into study, school, vlogs, and less focus heavy on reading, because at that point in my life, reading was very high in my priority. And like I really love, well, it goes school, work, reading back then. But now it's more like school, work, and then if I have time, I can do anything. I decided to explore more areas of my life, not just reading. And then videos, I had some video ideas that I wanted to talk about, and I have been in the works of doing those. So you guys will be seeing that soon. And then just defining myself as a brand. Okay, let me rework that. I wanted to define my person on the internet. So that is the entire idea of 𝓩COMEBACK. Because at the end of the day, realms could be so many different things and could explore so many different areas of life in general. And then 𝓩COMEBACK is kind of like my realm, my person. That is who I am on the internet. Okay. Of course, that has everything to do with who I am as a person, as a core, what my beliefs are, what I strive to be. That is all on the internet. Of course, me being on the internet is not my entire life, and nor is your life the entire internet, if you will. So you guys will see the majority I want to share with you. Oh, and also, one of my goals for YouTube 2024 was also to get my first camera, and I ended up doing that. So yeah, win for me. And then some personal goals that I will be sharing were to find a therapist, get my adult doctors all situated, work on bettering myself as a person and how I feel in myself. Of course, I feel amazing. I am cunt. I am that bitch. 24/7. Okay, and then I have a bunch of goals for life and school stuff. I will say that I did end up completing some of the goals on every single part of this. It just so happens that some of these things ended up not working out. And just like 2024 was a whole roller coaster. So, oh my god, the trend of 2024 ins and outs situation, instead of setting resolutions, there was this trend going around. And I said, in bettering my mental health, out rotting away, and then in pursuing new hobbies and things, out choosing to isolate and avoid things, in sticking to routine, aka discipline, and then out using motivation as an excuse not to do things. These are all concepts that I'm still working on, and they're still not there yet. For example, rotting away, 100% still do that, 100% still feel like I'm wasting away a lot of time and energy. But there's times when I have needed to be rotting away in that sense of just scrolling on TikTok, just like not having my mind on things. It's just decreasing the amount of times I use that as an avoidance mechanism to avoid my work, to procrastinate, to not live in reality. And yes, this is something we are addressing in my therapy sessions. Thank you very much. Also, pursuing hobbies, definitely. I feel like I'm more strong in finding new things that I can do. I just no longer have the time for it because I'm in leadership positions for 2 clubs plus school plus work. I kind of have very little time now, and I didn't even do 2025 because at the end of the day, I'm still working on the things in 2024. And then a bunch of video ideas. So this is actually going to be split into 2 parts because like I can't cover this part, but I will talk about my 2025 goals. So same as YouTube goals in 2024, it's the same thing as 2025, where I do want to increase my subscriber count. I do want to move my content from just reading to other aspects of life. I want to be more consistent and release a video once a week. Of course, this is going to be even harder considering the fact that I am in so many different things. This could move from 1 video every week to 1 video every 2 weeks. Obviously, we'll see where it goes, and we'll go from there. And then I have just a bunch of notes. Like I have, call my doctors and stuff, an order for Chinese food that I did for my family. Okay. But that's besides the point. Okay. And also for 2025 personal goals, I have very much made it way less structured and kind of just listed things that I want to accomplish, not necessarily forcing myself to do it. This is not in any order. I just kind of wrote them as I thought of them. So I wanted 2024 to be more of me collecting jewelry pieces, still developing a wardrobe, save a lot more money. So make sure I'm building up those funds. So saving up for things that I really want to do, like 2026 BTS tickets. I might have to sell my kidney or something for that, because I don't think anybody's making I don't think anybody's getting to go to that concert, bro. With the way people are so hyped for it, like I don't think that's gonna happen. Even if they play multiple shows in each city, I feel like nobody's getting a ticket. But anyways, my next thing is also dealing with that financial aspect of increasing my current credit score. I do want to work towards that and start paying off a lot of debt that I have because I am a college student. I did take out them loans. Hella predatory, by the way, but that's fine, I guess. So I have been working on that, and that's why the saving aspect of my life is very strong for 2025. Then I wanted to be more active, aka just like walking more, going out more. This is obviously something that has to do with my heart condition, where it's like I can't necessarily go out and do this yet. I am going to be going through an operation, and hopefully that will cure it. Obviously, we don't know yet. We don't even know how it's going to look like, but hopefully it does fix my issue. And then this is the same thing as 2024, like more stress relief. Like I feel like I'm always go, 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 and sometimes I need to sit down and relax. Though I will say I have been relaxing too much to the point I get bored, but then I'm in this constant cycle of not having enough and then having too much. So we're working on balance. And then reconnecting with old friends and strengthening the ones that I currently have. I will say I have reconnected with a friend that I haven't seen since freaking middle school. Oh my god, I missed her so much. But we ended up going out and seeing each other and like catching each other up on our lives and stuff. I have another friend who hopefully will reconnect soon, but she was from my previous employment, and now we're kind of just here. So why not talk to you about not only health, like life updates, but also book updates, because regardless, our origins is in book talk, okay? So, I am currently not reading any books. I know. Shocker, shocker. But I'm currently not reading any books. The reason why is life. Life is in the way. But I will say I do have plans on reading. I just don't know if I'm ever going to get to them. I was reading Mistborn by Brando Santo, and I got a good 75 pages in. However, I'm putting this book down. I'm DNFing it for now, okay? I'm pausing it, if you will. I will be getting back to Mistborn. However, it will not be anytime soon. Just letting you know that. My plans is to get into Brando Santo and the Cosmeres, but I currently cannot do that. It's not physically sustainable for me. Now, I'm trying to see... I have like a couple books that I'm like looking to read in the near future. So obviously number freaking one book that I really want to read, but I cannot give it the attention it needs. But basically, Heavily Tyrant, book 2 of Iron Widow by Shiran J. Zhao. Okay, if I mispronounce that, I apologize. I'm currently taking Chinese 4 and just to catch up and also get my ugly Chinese pronunciation back into check, because what is this? Like, what is this? It do not sound like I studied for 8 years. No. Does not sound like I studied Chinese for 8 years. But anyways, this is the second book of Iron Widow. I loved Iron Widow. I gave it 5 stars. Low-key, I feel like I need to reread it, because sometimes I'm like looking at the book and I was low-key bored, but it would still be like 4.5. Like, it would not be a low rating. Obviously, then again, I read Iron Widow in a very heavy book slump, and the fact that I still managed to give it a 5 star says all you need to know. Okay, and it's not necessarily my first sci-fi, but it's the first sci-fi I actually loved and enjoyed. Then again, all my previous sci-fi was like graphic comics, graphic novels and stuff, so I don't know how much that counts. But anyways, this I already know there's if you know, you know, and I love that in general. And I actually have another book that also has this certain thing involved that I really want to read, but I just haven't. I have like the ebook version of that specific book, but I will be reading this very soon, hopefully like during the week of when I get my surgery situated, because like I could read this then. Next, I have obviously the fanfic writer turned actual author, Sarah Rees Brennan. Honestly, I don't think I actually ever read any of her fanfics. Long Live Evil. But this book, I will say I only made it 12 pages in. I was still eating it up. I will say I did get this a while ago and I started it back then, but no time. I will get to it. I have Lights Out by Navessa Allen. I will say this book is a loan from my friend. I will be reading it probably in the summer. Honestly, most of these books are like planned for summer, if not early senior year. I don't know, we'll see, but definitely high on my list. Obviously, these are all my top priority on TBR. Then I got The Nightmare Before Christmas by Sarah Raj. So this. And definitely gonna read it soon. I was gonna read it spooky season Christmas time, both of which didn't work out. That's why it's still unread, and that's why it's going back on my shelf. You know what I realized? Most of these books are horny books, but it's okay. Anyways, I have Madam by Sarah Kate. This is a buddy read with my cousin, and I'm really excited to read it with her, but we'll see when we both get to it, because it's like, if I'm busy, girl's busier. And now this beautiful book called Evocation by St. Gibson? No, St. Gibson. Whoops. I'm just so used to like the religious one. And like, this is so pretty. I got this for 50% off in the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. And it is so beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, like I'm trying to see it with you. Oh, there's nothing in the back, of course. And then obviously the end pages are just candles. And I will say, while I was reading the synopsis of this book, I was so confused, because I will read it the way I read it for the first time. Okay. The Devil Knows Your Name, David Aristarchov. As a teen, we're just going with Mr. A. Okay. As a teen, David A. was a psychic prodigy, operating under the shadow of his oppressive occultist father. Now, years after his father's death and rapidly approaching his 13th birthday, he is content with the high-powered life he has curated as a Boston attorney, moonlighting as a powerful medium for his secret society. I stop and I'm like, 13 years passed? What are you talking about? What do you mean as a teen if he's currently a teen? So then I go back and I reread. This is what it actually says, okay? Now, years later, after his father's death and rapidly approaching his 30th birthday, he is content with the high-power life he's curated as a Boston attorney, moonlighting as a powerful medium for his secret society. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. And yeah, I got it, because there might be a love triangle, and it might be a beautiful exploration of relationships, and I feel like that I would eat up. And also, a man getting... I'm gonna stop myself there, okay? Imagine just what I would have said, and just reference the books I did mention in this video, and you can see where I'm going. But anyways, yeah, so those are the book updates. You guys know about why I've been absent. Life updates, we did that. Book updates, did that. Channel shifting, yup. School goals. Honestly, to pass. That's my school goals this semester. So yeah, I think... oh shit. Oh, my class started. I will talk to you guys later, and yeah, we'll cover the rest of this video. orange juice. I already covered my personal goals. I did both expectations versus reality because I did the voice over, but that's besides the point. Honestly, I don't even know if I covered my 2025 goals. Might as well do that. Basically, I just wrote a list instead of like having everything out, you know? So for 2025, I wanted collect more jewelry pieces because I really don't have any. I want to continue developing a wardrobe. I want to fit the aesthetic that I want to embody. I already have pieces that I have used in that sense that give me that sense of feeling, but I feel like I don't have enough to do that every single day, if you will. I can only pop off like once a week, and that's not cunty enough for me, okay? I need to be cunt 24/7. So after that, obviously, I want to save more money this year. I've been spending a lot more than I can afford. Kind of. I can very much lessen how many expenses I'm doing. Now that I have to buy my own groceries and things like that, I can't be spending like willy-nilly. That and like build specific funds so I can continue saving. And also BTS 2026. I need to go there. I said I would go for this year. Thank God they pushed it back because I did not save at all. And Hobie going on a concert, doing concerts and stuff. Oh my God. And I really love his solo music and I can't even go because I'm broke. See, this is why I like smaller K-pop groups, because unfortunately I cannot afford the bigger ones. Okay, anyways, obviously continue to increase my credit score, and that is also in the same line of saving a lot more money, because it's like the less I spend, the more I can pay off my credit card on time. And then I want to be more active this year, mainly because I do have a heart condition that I really don't want to get into. This condition has deterred me from doing a lot of exercise and doing a lot of things that I wanted to do last year because the condition kept getting worse, and now I finally have options of what I'm going to look into. Once I decide on what I'm going to do with that, then I'll be able to be more active and not worry so much about my heart condition. Obviously, stress relief. I want to build more healthy habits, and for that would be journaling, but I'm not really keeping up with that, but I want to. I want to do self-care nights. Obviously not to the extent that some people do it. Like, y'all scare me, okay? Pop off, I mean, get your bag, but like, I can't afford that because I do not have that bag. Okay. And then last but not least, reconnect with old friends and strengthen relationships that I currently have. And that's most of them. I honestly, there's a couple that I should write down that I do want to do, but like, that's basically the gist of it. I definitely already can check off the part where it's like reconnect with old friends, because I have met up with an old friend from years ago during actually the beginning of the year, or like, yeah, the beginning of this year. We just sat around and talked and like caught up on everything. I'm going to see another friend eventually that was from a previous job, so it's like reconnecting. Yay. Oh my God, guys, I'm on Xiaohongshu. I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key loving it. It's fucking hilarious that like we ended up all going to the source that they were so scared of, and now I know for a fact they're trying to figure out how the fuck to remedy this situation, because they do not like that we said we're not taking that shit lying down. We could use whichever app we choose to. Anyways, let's not get too political, but yeah, I'm on Xiaohongshu. Honestly, I should have signed up for the app a long time ago. So if you search up nxyzarorealms on Xiaohongshu, I should pop up. There are currently, as of January 15th, so today, there is currently no videos up. I'll probably upload something later basically saying hi and introducing myself to all the Chinese netizens, because I may or may not, okay, I'm dropping some lore. I did study Chinese for a long time. However, 我的中文很不好。我学中文1、2、3、4、5、6、7年。Okay, pause. That's not grammatically correct. 我7年学中文的，可是 我的中文很不好，因为我的 tones, 我的 speaking and reading 很不好，很不好。So I'm like, 我很 rusty, basically. So I kind of need a little bit more time to introduce myself over there, because there's a lot of characters that I do not know. Then again, at times like this, I wish I studied a bit harder in Chinese, but it's okay. It's fine. I'll learn. I was taking Chinese this semester, and I've been taking Chinese for like 7 years in general. Because I studied it in middle school, studied it all throughout high school. I did it my first semester. Then I switched over to Japanese. Don't even get me started on Japanese, okay? And then now this semester I'm going back to Chinese, mainly to complete out my minor. And then for my senior year at college, I'll be doing Japanese. Oh, right, school goals. I didn't even realize. School goals for this semester, honestly, is just passing all my classes and showing up. There's also that, and I also want to be proactive in my clubs and organizations. I do want to own organization based on business, and once I figure out all the logistics on how to do that, I will definitely be launching that for fall semester of my last year. And hopefully there will be enough interest for people to go in and be like, hey, yeah, hello, what's up? And then we can get working on that. What's after that? Oh, book updates. Okay. So, as you can see, I have a bookshelf that I got for free on OfferUp. I'm telling you, if you want free stuff and good stuff, if you're constantly checking, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. If there's more websites that I've checked out, I'm probably gonna leave them over here. But yeah, anyways, so I got this bookshelf off of there. I'm trying to remember, like, what books I left off, because it's been a year. Like, I have gotten rid of a lot of books. I've gotten a lot more books. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna go over every single book that I have, that I own. Okay? Here. So I have 5 Broken Blades. This is a new book. The second book has already come out. Oh my god. Whatever. Second book has already come out, but I have this book. This is new. This is something you guys haven't seen. Okay. Nottingham. This I got from my library for like $1. I don't remember why I picked it up, but it was interesting, and that's why I have it. Then I have Babel, which was, I believe, in The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I cannot remember if this was in my past video, but it's pretty. It's cute. Like, I can't wait to actually read it. And there's like a thing in the back. Then I have Nightingale. I also got this from my library for free. Beyond the Story. I already read this book, loved it, will reread probably. Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I think this was in the old one, but I'm not sure. That's that. Gothicana. This is definitely new for you guys. This is something I got in like September, October era. Okay. Then I have A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. This is a birthday gift that my friend gave me. The Bridge Kingdom, a new book that you guys haven't seen. Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. Love this. I mainly got this because of the end pages. Like, so pretty. Got that. Sunbearer Trials. That was in my previous one. Stars and Smoke. This might have been part of the other one. I don't remember. The Ones We Burn. Definitely new. But it's like new like last year. The Night Ends with Fire. This book was so good. I recommend if you're into that, and like I can't wait for the second book to come out, because I was like, I read the ending and I was like, ain't no way they ended it off like that. So we'll be purchasing the second book. Crying in H Mart I got from a free little library. I did a trade. Fangs I got for free from my library. God of Malice. I've been trying to grow my dark romance collection, so I'm not gonna take these out because like I can't basically, but this is the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Book 1, Shadow and Bone. Book 2, Siege and Storm. And then Book 3, Ruin and Rising. Those, I think, are also new, but again, I'm not taking anything out of the shelf. Then I have An Ember in the Ashes, A Torch Against the Night. Both of these are new. One I bought myself, one was gifted to me. Swordcaster, mainly because I don't want to get into her famous series of the Shadowhunters series. So I was like, oh, she's releasing her new adult series, so I'm gonna just get that. Then I have The Sword of Kaigen. Definitely gonna read that soon. The Games Gods Play. I got that only because Hades is in it. And also it was interesting, but Hades was in it. Okay. Then I have Air by Sabah Tahir, which is same author as these two books. And definitely excited to read that. So here I have Heartstopper, read. This is the yearbook. This winter, haven't read yet. Nick and Charlie, read. Solitaire, I was born for this, have not read. Frostblood, have not read. These are all new for you guys. Even though I knew the end, this I got like for $5 from the Barnes and Noble thing, where it's like $5 book and a coffee. So I got that. This, oh my god, this I'm so excited to read. Look at this, the edges. But basically this my friend bought for me. Oh my god, she needs to get her ass ate. Anyways, then I got Osamu Dazai, You Guys No Longer Human. These are the two new books I got. The Flowers of Buffoonery, which is supposed to be funny. And then The Setting Sun, another sad one. Then I have Morbidly Yours. This is new for you guys. Radio Silence, new. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and then the Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe, old. Chlorine, new, 4 stars, loved it, and very weirded out by it. Beach Read, new for you guys. Next column, I will say, all of these, minus the Heartstopper, you guys have not seen. So I have Flawless, Reckless, Heartless, Powerless, Hopeless, Wild Eyes, Wild Love, and then all of the current Heartstopper series that's out. I have read already Wild Love. I have read Wild Eyes. I prefer Wild Love to Wild Eyes, but Wild Eyes was so cute. I can't fault them. And then Reckless, I loved. I have yet to read the other ones. Man, I'm getting out of breath. These, you guys know, this my friend gifted to me because Hades and Persephone, and she wasn't reading it anymore, so. Then I got Blood Marked, new for you guys. Legendborn was in my old video, I think. Then I got the full series of, the first book is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Hold up, this is all in the wrong order. There we go. Now it's in the right order. Then I got Powerless, Powerful, and Reckless. These are all new books. I have read this one. I have read this one. I have yet to read Reckless. I am currently reading Six of Crows. I'm almost done with it. I have Crooked Kingdom. This is all not new. King of Scar, that's new. My friend gifted it to me. These are not new. This I don't think is new, but if it is, it's The Children of Ragnarok. Not sure if I'm gonna keep this, honestly. Now I know these are new because I did not have these. So I have the first 4 books of the Kings of Pride series by Ana Huang. Read King of Wrath. Started King of Pride but never finished it and did not read the other 2. Guild, new book. I'm very excited to start that series because of all the good things I've heard of it. Oh my god, guys. This is a completed series that I have read every single book in, and I'm so happy and I love them so much. Blade of Secrets. This is not new because this was in my organization video. If You Had Been With Me, and then Maurice, really good classic. I saw a lot of tropes, like very early iterations of a trope in this book, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored and did not understand a lot of the words and the terminology, but like I got the vibe, and so I gave this 4 stars. I have Brutal Prince, which was in the thing, One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crown, Jade Fire Gold. Honestly, I'm just gonna say the names and then I'll put it in like the caption if it was like if this is new or if this is an old book. I know these are old. Archer's Voice and The Love Hypothesis, Better Than the Movies, Love Redesigned, The Mole, the Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Love this book. This is so pretty, honestly. The illustrations are everything. I've said this before, but like these are some of the things like I would pass down to my family. Then I have the fine print, and then the deer and the dragon. Low-key, I got this from a thrift store and it was just like so cool, and it had sprayed edges. I just couldn't leave it behind. And then I ended up seeing it at a Barnes & Noble like a week later, and I was like, oh my god, thank goodness I got it for the price that I did. I think I bought this for like $5 and retail is $19, which was expensive. Wild Rescues, this is really old, honestly really old. One of the first couple books I've ever bought, and it's signed and it's a first edition, so really proud to have that. Do want to finish it and maybe continue the series, but we'll see. And then I have Assistant to the Villain, gifted to me by my friend. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if I'm ever gonna read this book, but it's there. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Iron Widow, read it, loved it. Read this, loved it in middle school, have yet to reread it, which is The Lightning Thief. Then I have These Violent Delights, Seven Husband of Evelyn Hugo, Killers of a Certain Age, The Priory of the Orange Tree, and then this was gifted to me by my friend, and A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. I will definitely be eating this up. Now I can get to sitting status. Stephen King, Fairy Tale. Okay, all three of these books are new. Oh, four. These are all new. You guys have not seen them. These I got as a gift from another one of my friends, and like I'm so grateful to them because they ate it up. But it was like when I opened it, I was like, ain't no way you got me these. Now I have to read all of the Mistborn trilogy and then start these big boys. But I have The Way of Kings, Words of Radiance, Oathbringer. Then I have Stephen King, 11/22/63. This I got for free from my library. Case File Compendium, which is new. Then I have Haunting Adeline, the first book. Really excited to read this. And then Atlas 6, that's old. Love Theoretically, Love in Other Words, Felix Ever After, A Tale for the Time Being, Heaven's Official Blessing, Volume 1 and 2, Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation. This is gifted from a friend. This was a recommendation from a friend. This was gifted by my book club / club that I'm a part of. This was from the library, and then this I bought with my own money. This is old, this is old, this is old. Kingmaker. Can't wait to start this. It's Sophie Lark, so hopefully it's good. I have yet to read a book of hers, but I have 2 of her books. So then I have Bride. I'm very excited to read this book. So let me put y'all down. Then I have, this is old, this is old. The Husky and His White Cat Shizum. This, really good. I am going to read it eventually. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna binge most of these books. This is old, this is old. Well, The Godparent Trap, I'm Glad My Mom Died, The Poppy Ward, Yellowface is something like I've been wanting to add to my collection and actually read for so long, and now I finally have it, and I have yet to read it. Then I have Watchmen, the deluxe edition. This was gifted to me by a friend, and then this was also gifted to me by a friend, and I can't wait to read it because it looks really cool. Then I have, well, this is the first manga volume that you guys are gonna see, but I have Chainsaw Man volumes 1 through 4. This is the 4th one, and this is the one I'm currently reading. I have already read the first 3. Then I have Madam by Sarah Kate. This is a buddy read I'm reading with my cousin, and then I'm reading, this is like my TBR book. So The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm so excited to read this because it's gay and it's so pretty. And then Lights Out. This is a book that my friend is letting me borrow to read because she loved the story, and then I will be giving this back to her. So don't get attached to this. Then I have, this is new, Long Live Evil. I have started it. I am 12 pages into the book, which I'm probably honestly gonna restart because honestly I don't remember what's happening in this book, but it was interesting. I just didn't have time for it. And then finally I have the second book of Iron Widow, Heavenly Tyrant. I'm so excited to read this, but I can't read this until I finish Mistborn, which is my current read right now. And then I have the next 2 books of the Mistborn trilogy, which is The Well of Ascension and then The Hero of Ages. So this one and this one. But these are library book holds, so they're not actually my books. Give me a second while I take a little break. 2 shelves. I only have 2 more shelves and then it's all manga. I have The Stars Are Dying. This is something new, but like, look how pretty this is. Like, this is why I wanted to get it. I was like, I don't care if I don't find the synopsis entertaining, but I ended up finding it like interesting, so I did pick it up, not only because it's pretty. Then I have The Daughter of the Moon Goddess and then Heart of the Sun Warrior. These honestly are not new, but like I have not read them yet. Then I have The Hunger Games and Catching Fire. These I got for free from my library. And then Cemetery Boys, Old, The Dragon's Promise, 6 Crimson Cranes, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And then this one is new, but I'm not going to show you because they are a author I do not want to endorse in any capacity. Then I have, oh my god, this is my prized possession right now. Okay, this is Sleep Token's Teeth of God, a graphic novel. I cannot read cursive, but I will never give this book away. Okay, if this book ever leaves my possession, it is not me, it is a doppelganger. Do not believe them. Kill them immediately because they are a fake. Oh. Okay, let's not do that. Next, I have X-Men, God Loves, Man Kills. Then I have The Moon Knight, which I'm really excited to get into. It's a very interesting premise. But these are all books like I'm going to be reading over the summer. A Death in the Family, Batman. And then these are a bunch of miscellaneous books that not all of them are mine. I'm gonna just leave it there. And then finally, all the manga. As you can see, I have gotten rid of a lot of volumes. All the series I have is Ouran Host Club, Black Butler, The Devil is a Part-Timer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Tomorrow Make Me Yours, Nana, Haikyuu, Blue Exorcist, Black Clover, The Promised Neverland, Spy Family, 1 through 11, Noragami, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, which we talked about. There Are Things I Can't Tell You, Sayonara Game, Fangs, Mars Red, volumes 1 to 3, which is a whole set. One Punch Man 1 through 3, and then One Piece, the first omnibus version. And that is every single book I've owned, whether, I guess at this point, whether new or old. Oh, that took 40 minutes to cover. That's crazy. I will say, this video is supposed to be very long, so I kind of am making sure that I take as much footage as I possibly can to make sure it's in the hour. I guess, yeah. Other than book updates and like books I'm currently reading, which you've seen, currently reading Mistborn, I am 38 pages in. I am planning to finish this book before we go back to school, which is the 23rd. We'll see if that happens. I'm not gonna lie, I did say I would do it to my friends, mainly because I want to prove to one of my friends that I can read 500 pages. A 500-page book, because they're currently reading Dune and they're 500 pages in, or like halfway through. I think they're 500 pages in. And they only have 200 pages left, but it's taken them months to complete, and it's been a running joke. Like, he's also making fun of how we're reading, so it's like, oh, yeah, I can finish a 500-page book in a week. You can't do in a couple months type shit. Obviously, this is a joke. I basically addressed everything I wanted to. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful 2025, and here's some more videos. And sneak peek, my next video will be about style, you know? So, yeah. If there's anything I did not cover or you do want to see more of, do comment down below and just let me know. Obviously, we need to talk about my Pop Mart addiction, but that will definitely be a different video. You can find me on Xiaohongshu and Instagram, and of course YouTube at nxyzarorealms. Hope you have a wonderful day, and don't die.